Okay. Hello, my name is Riley Springer, and as an ISM student at Lone Star High School, I am studying elementary education. For my quote, it says, "Only a life lived for others is a life worthwhile," by Albert Einstein. And I believe this quote has a lot to do with teaching because it's pretty much the definition of the job for teaching is constantly trying to help and grow other people's knowledge and skills and things like that. For my mission statement, I know that as a potential future teacher, I want to be able to motivate, inspire, encourage, and support my students, and I know that I can do this by creating a loving classroom environment. And through this environment, I will be able to educate students socially, emotionally, and cognitively. And I find this really important because elementary education is pretty much the basis of everyone's knowledge, and it's really important because it can build for a lifelong love of learning. So, my topic proposal, I have always had a passion and desire for teaching and helping others, and that's not just in academics and learning the curriculum, but also in character and important life values, which you can learn within the classroom. And through teaching, I can also express my talents, and such as I really love organizing things, and I love planning things, and I love having everything laid out. And I also enjoy working and collaborating with others. And I also enjoy working with children. I have my entire life, especially being the oldest of three siblings. I don't know why I said four, but so I've always worked with younger kids, and it comes easy to me. So to start off my research, I just started with the basis of the requirements for becoming a teacher. What I learned through that is I learned that the requirements in order to become a teacher and the education needed is different throughout pretty much every state. They all have their different certifications and tests and things like that you need to take, and it's also different through different types of schools, whether I want to go into public school or year-round private, anything like that. And then it also gave me the qualities of being a teacher. Obviously, that you don't have to have qualities to be a teacher. You don't have to, they aren't required, but there are qualities of a teacher that would help you have a successful classroom, such as being patient, being willing to listen and to teach and learn and all at the same time. So, I also researched, since I already know what college I want to go to, I just went to BYU's website, and I looked at the classes that BYU requires in order to become, in order to receive the bachelor's degree in elementary education, and they also listed some other requirements that are necessary to receive the degree, such as the grades I need to attain, and there's a bunch of meetings I have to attend and things like that. And then also I learned that depending on other professions within the education field, such as if I want to be a teacher, counselor, principal, things like that, there are different requirements, such as bachelor's or, I forgot the word, the other degree. Master's, yes. So depending on what I want to do, I have to decide in order to find out what I need to graduate with. I also researched the duties and responsibilities of being an elementary student, and when I researched this, I found an article, and it laid it out in 3 different sections. The first section gave me the required responsibilities for all teachers in general, no matter what type of teacher you are. So, and those included, obviously, you have to teach your students, give out grades, things that you see in every classroom. And then there were responsibilities for specific schools. Depending on what school you go to, you have different responsibilities as like your duties, whether you're in lunch duty or hallway duty, or you have to chaperone an event or things like that. And then there are the responsibilities per individual teacher in classroom, such as if you were to have leadership roles within the classroom, how you grade things like that. And then I also researched Common Core, which it was created in 2002 by two males. I forgot their names. They're really hard to pronounce, but they came up with this, and basically it was because, I have a quote, other countries that are higher performing in education when compared to the United States are saying that we need to improve our mathematics curriculum by providing more clarity and focus rather than being broad about the concepts in order to achieve a higher mathematic achievement as a country. So what they're saying is that how we're learning math right now, well, how we learn math was too broad, I guess. So they came up with a bunch of different things that we're supposed to learn in elementary school now, and they started in 2002. And it basically is having you learn how to do the basic, like mathematics, for example. Like just saying multiplying, instead of doing what we learned, which was the traditional algorithm where you just had it lined up and you just multiplied the numbers. Now they have to know, there's like 12 different ways that they are learning right now, but they are just basically going more in depth with every single way that you can learn multiplication, and the purpose of it is just to have more clear math skills. And from what I've seen, because I am currently working with a third grade class at Bowles, is that it's not working, and all of the teachers are agreeing with this, because it is, even though it's more, I guess, even though it's more like working in different areas of math, it's confusing kids at this age, and it's hard for them to understand a bunch of different ways to learn one thing. So my first interview was with the teacher that I'm working with. Her name is Miss Bogus, yeah. And she's third grade teacher at Bowles, and I went into the interview just wanting to get to know her and getting to know why she wanted to do teaching and her teaching philosophy and how she chose the grade she did. So the two things that stuck out to me were why she chose third grade, and she had originally planned on teaching high school math, but through different experiences and opportunities, she decided that she really liked elementary teaching, and then she wanted to do second grade or fourth grade, I think it was, but then she ended up with third grade, and she really loves it and has done it for a long time now. And then she gave me a lot of advice for the first few years of my teaching career, and she said that it'd be good to prepare a lot by observing and getting real experience before actually being a teacher individually, and through the real experience and through working with a bunch of different teachers, I can develop my own teaching style by gaining information from all of the other teacher styles. And then I interviewed my teacher at my CT Center class for practicum in education and training. And I went into this interview wanting to, because she has taught for 20 plus years, she's really old, but I wanted to get I wanted to see how she would experience and how she would go through a lot of different situations that I wouldn't know how to do. So one question, it was really difficult, but it was how, I didn't put it on here, but it was how she would deal with a student going through abuse and things like that. And so she gave me a lot of good insight on how to deal with different situations that people can struggle with. And I also asked the guidance counselor this, but I interviewed a principal at Pink Elementary. Her name is Miss Rowan, and then the guidance counselor at Staley Middle School. And Miss Rowan, when I interviewed her, she gave me 15 tips for the new principal, and this was basically how, like, when you start to become a principal, what are all the priorities you should have? And then she gave me her daily schedule and routine, and I asked for that because it's completely different than a teacher. Obviously, they have a bunch of different duties. And then I went to the guidance counselor wanting to also ask questions that I wouldn't know how to deal with right now. So I asked her, what would you do if a student reported he was abused by a teacher? And she has experienced this before, and it was really interesting to see what she had done. And are there any questions? Unreal? Oh.
Why third grade?
So she had chosen third grade because.
No, for you.
Oh, me.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you. Okay. I haven't really actually fully decided on third grade. I'm still deciding what grade I want to do, but I know I want to do elementary school for sure because I'd rather not deal with middle school for sure, and high school probably not. But and I know I don't want to do really younger because I don't enjoy just babysitting. I want to be able to teach them and for them to understand and interact. And third grade is the first grade where they have like the STAR testing and real testing, so they need to know the material for sure and things like that. So, yeah. Did you have a question?